In this lecture, we will look at what is virtualization. So virtualization means sharing one physical computer resource among many users using a special software. That is, it is a technology which allows a single physical computer to be divided into multiple virtual machines using a special software, and each virtual machine, it acts like an independent system with its own OS, operating system, and applications, and this helps multiple users share the same hardware efficiently. So here this is a figure for traditional system. That is, it is a figure of a traditional desktop, where or normal desktop. Here there will be only one operating system. Okay, one operating system, that is Windows or Linux, which is installed on the computer, and this OS, it controls all hardware and the software operations, and no other OS can run independently on the same machine at the same time. And the applications run on this operating system, like all the software applications like browsers, MS Word, etc. These all run on the single installed operating system, and they depend completely on this OS to function. And if this OS crashes, all the applications stop working. So all the hardware resources are used by the one system only. That is, the entire hardware, that is the CPU, RAM, storage, these all are dedicated to that one operating system, and no sharing happens with other users or the systems. And this can lead to underutilization if the resources are not fully used. So it is like one person using the entire one entire computer. Okay, so it is like one user having complete control over the entire system, and no other user can simultaneously use the same machine independently, and this will limit the efficiency when multiple users need computing resources. And if the system, it is having suppose 8 GB RAM, and only that users uses it, that is, if a system has 8 GB RAM, only that single operating system and user will utilize it. Even if only 4 GB is used, the remaining memory, it stays idle. So this results in wastage of the available resources. Now next comes the virtualization. So virtualization, as I have told you, it is a sharing of one physical computer resource among many users using a special software. So here virtualization, it uses a single high performance computer with strong CPU, large RAM and storage, and this machine is capable of handling the multiple tasks at the same time, and it acts as the base system for creating multiple virtual environments. Now here a special software called as the hypervisor, it is installed on the physical machine, and it manages and controls how the resources are shared among the virtual machines. For example, it includes VMware and the Microsoft Hyper-V. So here this software, it divides the physical computer into many virtual computers, that is the virtual machines, and the hypervisor, it splits the single physical system into several virtual computers. So each virtual machine behaves like a separate real computer, and this will allow the multiple users or the task to run independently on the same hardware. And here each virtual machine, it will be having its own operating system. That is, meaning to say here is, every virtual machine can run its own operating system, such as the Windows or the Linux, and these operating systems operate independently of each other, and a problem in one OS, it will not affect the others. And also each virtual machine here has its own applications. It means that applications are installed separately inside each virtual machine, and each virtual machine runs its own set of software without interfering with the others, and this will ensure the isolation and the flexibility. And the last point is, again, each virtual machine, it will be having its own allocated resources. It means that the hypervisor assigns specific CPU, RAM and storage to each virtual machine, and these resources are used independently by that VM or the virtual machine, and this prevents the resource conflicts and ensures fair usage. So you can think it is like one big building divided into many apartments and or flats, and each flat is separate but all will share the same building structure. And similarly, the virtual machines will share the hardware, but those will operate independently. And every user inside the virtual machine feels like they have their own complete computer, and they can install the software, run the programs, and manage settings independently. So they are unaware of other users sharing the same system. And here the key idea is physically there is only one real-time machine present, and logically it appears as multiple separate machines to the users. And this illusion, it is created by what? It is created by the hypervisor. And user will experience a dedicated system without actually owning the hardware. And resources are shared efficiently among the multiple VMs, that is the virtual machines. And the hypervisor, it will ensure the safe and conflict-free operation. Now, why this virtualization is important? Okay, here it is important because many users can share one powerful server. That is, virtualization allows multiple users to run their systems on a single physical server, and each user gets a separate virtual machine, so their work stays independent. And this makes it possible to serve many customers using one infrastructure. Second is the cost will be reduced because organizations do not need to buy separate hardware for each user application, and the maintenance, power, and cooling costs are also minimized. So overall, virtualization will make the cloud services more affordable. Next is the resources are used efficiently as CPU, RAM, and storage are dynamically allocated based on the need. These ideal resources from one virtual machine can be utilized by the another, and this will ensure maximum utilization of the available hardware. And no resource is wasted. Like in traditional systems, unused resources remain idle, but with virtualization, resources are shared among multiple users, and this reduces the wastage and it will improve the system performance. And last is cloud providers like AWS, Azure, these use virtualization. That is, the major cloud platforms like Amazon Web Services, then Microsoft Azure, these will rely on virtualization, and they create and manage thousands of virtual machines for users. And also this will enable scalable, flexible, and on-demand cloud services. This is one example for virtualization. Suppose you have a whole pizza here. It represents one powerful physical computer on the server, and it is a single resource available before sharing. Okay, and all computing power initially belongs to this one system, to this one large pizza. Now here the pizza is divided into multiple slices, so just like the server is divided into the virtual machines. Okay, here now each slice here represents a separate virtual machine created using virtualization, and this division allows multiple users to share the same resource. Now every person will receive one slice, and similar to each user getting a virtual machine, and they can use their portion independently without interfering with others, and each feels they have their own share of resource. Even though it's only a slice, the person feels satisfied as if they have enough. Similarly, each virtual machine user feels like they have a complete system, and the experience is similar to having a dedicated computer. So in reality here, there was only one pizza, just like one physical machine. It is shared among many users through proper division, and this highlights how virtualization works behind the scenes. So virtualization means sharing a single resource among multiple users efficiently, and each user gets an independent environment while using the same hardware, which will improve the usage and reduce the cost and also avoids the wastage. So this was about the virtualization. Thank you.